What if the very concept of day wasn't just a cycle, but a living entity shaping existence? In Norse mythology, the radiant Dagr doesn't just mark time, he is the dawn, a powerful force woven into the very fabric of how the ancient Norse understood rhythm, order, and the fragile balance between night and light. Prepare to have your perception of time irrevocably altered. Born of light, shaper of morning, long before the first hearth fire flickered to life, before the earliest runes etched stories into wood, Dagr strode into existence as the embodiment of day itself. Son of Dagr, the god of dawn, and not the personification of night, he was born at the threshold, between shadow and glow, silence and awakening. Where his mother carried the velvet shroud of darkness, Dagr inherited the brilliance of first light. His golden hair was said to shine like the edge of morning on snow. His presence was not gentle, it was startling, a sudden sweep of radiance that pushed back the night like a blade. The gods saw in him something unique. A being not merely illuminated by day but creator of its very nature. So they granted him a horse and chariot, crafted from the earliest sparks of creation, and commanded him to ride forth every morning. But Dagr did not simply obey, he embraced the sky as his canvas and shaped the world with the sweep of his passing. Each daybreak was not a routine. It was an act of artistry. The dawn that defined existence. To the Norse, morning was more than light returning, it was the universe resetting itself. The moment Dagr's horse Skinfaxi, shining mane, galloped across the horizon, the world transformed. His mane spilled radiance so pure it was said to make the air itself glow. With every stride, Dagr painted the world anew. The glimmer of frost melting on fields, the soft gleam on longhouses, the shimmering wake across fjords and the gold that crowned distant mountains. This was no passive illumination, it was creation in motion. Where soul blazed a path of defiance, Dagr carved a realm of possibility. He awakened birds, stirred winds, rekindled hearths, and breathed life into weary souls who had survived another night. Morning was not guaranteed. It was his gift, one he forged with effort and intention every single day. The intense balance between night and day. Though born of two contrasting forces, Dagr did not dispel his mother's realm in anger. Their rhythm was a dance, an eternal exchange of dominion. When Nott rode through the skies in her dark chariot, she laid down the velvet silence of rest. When she completed her course, Dagr followed, sweeping away shadows and lifting the world back into motion. Their coexistence was fragile, intense, and necessary. The passing of night into dawn was a boundary of cosmic significance. A moment filled with tension, where cultures believed unseen forces clashed and reconciled. To wake at dawn was to feel Dagr's victory over lingering darkness. To witness sunrise was to witness his triumph. Harbinger of order, keeper of rhythm, Dagr did more than bring light. He structured reality itself. The Norse did not count time in abstract numbers but in cycles. The waxing moon, the turning seasons, and the daily reliability of Dagr's arrival. He dictated when farmers rose to sow their fields, when hunters set out to track, when traders launched their ships and when warriors marched. His steady return carved predictability into a world famed for chaos and uncertainty. Without Dagr, there would be no morning rituals, no measured hours, no sense of progression. He was the architecture upon which daily life was built, the cosmic heartbeat that steadied the nine realms. The dawn that quieted fear. Night held secrets, some benign, others dangerous, many unknown. Its darkness was a place of spirits, beasts, and eerie mysteries. But when Dagr's light broke over the horizon, fear loosened its grip. His arrival scattered lurking shadows, lifted the fog on dim waters, and illuminated paths once too perilous to tread. Travelers waited for his rise before venturing into forests. Sailors watched for his first rays to read distant signs on the waves. Mothers prayed for dawn when storms howled through the night. To ancient Norse hearts, Dagr was not merely brightness, he was relief, certainty, and the assurance that the world still turned. Some whispered that his light could reveal truths hidden in darkness, exposing both danger and opportunity. Others believed spirits fled at the sight of his brilliance, retreating into caves and forests where the daylight could not reach. In every tradition, dawn was a triumph, a reassurance that hope had not been extinguished. The quiet power of the day rider. Unlike gods of thunder, chaos, or war, Dagr did not conquer through violence. His weapon was consistency. His strength was presence. He did not bellow commands. He did not seek worship. He simply arrived, every morning, without fail. That reliability made him one of the most trusted forces in the Norse cosmos. Dagr was the god who ensured that darkness never lasted forever. His light did not roar, it whispered. Rise. Move. Live. And in a world where winter could last months, where storms could swallow entire coastlines, where the unknown lurked behind every tree line, that whisper was more powerful than any battle cry. He who reveals the world's secrets. Dagr's illumination did more than brighten, it revealed. Hidden tracks appeared on the forest floor, safe passages glimmered across rivers, and distant smoke trails told of travelers or threats. His light uncovered the fresh footprints of wandering animals, the shimmer of ice too thin to cross, the first signs of distant ships on the horizon, and the subtle changes in weather patterns. To the Norse, dawn was a moment of clarity. A moment where choices could be made with open eyes. This revelation was sacred. It connected mortals to the pulse of the land, helping them read its warnings and blessings. Without Dagr's clarity, survival itself would have been guesswork. The radiant architect of time. Today, dawn is a clock reading, a natural shift we rarely contemplate. But to the Norse, it was divine artistry, the daily reweaving of reality. Dagr was not just morning. He was the promise embedded in every beginning. The shining certainty that no matter how deep the night, the world would wake again. His story is a reminder that time is not just measured, it is created, carried, and renewed. A luminous thread pulled across the horizon by a god whose brilliance shaped every day that followed.